Hey, what's up everyone? The topic of this video is going to be the Momo challenge, which you've probably already figured that out given the background. So, apparently something has been sweeping the internet that is causing children to do stupid things or these horrible, heinous acts. And the people behind this, first of all, should be punished greatly. So, if you have children or, impressionable young people who can be persuaded by something stupid like that, then please inform them about this. And, many of you have probably already heard of this. Many of my subscribers probably already have enough common sense not to follow something like this. First of all, apparently, from what I gather, this thing started as a sculpture in Asia, and then it was an app. It was some kind of a challenge app thing where some people reported videos calling this number at 3 or 3:30 a.m. in the morning. And they claimed and documented that when they called this number, it would continuously message them. It would send them texts. It would send them, text messages and various phone calls. Then it would try to call them and FaceTime them. And after it tried to call them and FaceTime them, these people claimed their lights would flicker on and off, and paranormal activity would happen, weird things would happen in their house, and she would say, "I see you," and things like that. It was like living a paranormal activity movie. And whether it was real or not, these people were posting these videos claiming that paranormal activity took place. When I go through paranormal activity, it's legit. It's legitimate. If I post paranormal activity, it's seriously legitimate. If I talk about it, it happened. I don't fake things. Many people out there fake things for attention and all of that, all of that crap. But the thing is, it started out like that, and people claiming when they messaged this thing, which I'm sure is demonic in nature to begin with, any type of force that causes people to do anything like do heinous acts like this new challenge on WhatsApp is causing, has to be dark and demonic in nature. But the thing is, it developed into something where children and young people would use this WhatsApp messaging service, and hackers got into this and started causing children to do heinous, stupid things, horrible acts of murder and violence upon their parents, their family, their neighbors, their siblings, and other people. It's just awful. It's awful. And the way that modern technology is being utilized is really, really awful. But it's apparently, whether or not the original things months ago that were being posted about this particular thing, Momo, people claimed paranormal activity would happen when they called this number. This guy said his lights flickered and all kinds of things. Now, a lot of times, especially with smart lights today, they can be hacked. And hackers could hack into his account and, hack his house or whatever. Sorry, I keep saying, but his information could be hacked and all of that. That's possible, unless he was using regular lights. Then, as far as that, who knows? They might have hacked his electric company account, I don't know. But I know that people claimed that paranormal activity would take place and weird things would happen, and it would say, "I'm watching you." He said his TV flickered, his TV would mess up, lights and electrical appliances would flicker and mess up and turn on and off, and yada yada, so on and so forth. That's the kind of things that it started out as, that this Momo thing started out as. People claiming that paranormal activity would ensue when they called this number at 3 a.m. to 3:30 a.m. in the morning. 3 o'clock in the morning, which I know they call that the witching hour, and that paranormal activity is common at 3 in the morning. I know that personally from personal experience. I also know that I get a high energy, not a high, but a high energy. I get really heightened energy and senses at 3 a.m. Oh boy, 3 a.m. Who eats a Krabby Patty at 3 in the morning? Oh boy, 3 a.m. Krabby Patties. Had to make some light, just had to make some lightness in this video, I suppose, but just inform your children about this. Inform your family, about what could possibly be the possible ramifications of this and what's really going on. The fact that people target children and target young people, the fact that people utilize this technology for this type of thing is awful. But I just thought I would talk about it. Didn't this start out as some kind of a thing? I had never even heard of it, and they said it's resurfacing. People claim on Reddit and various places that they had heard of this months and months ago, and I'm just now hearing about it for the first time recently. And it's sweeping the internet and become a viral sensation worldwide, causing people to do stupid things. I don't understand how impressionable people are now and how easily persuaded they are now. It just doesn't make sense to me. I would have never fallen for such a thing. I understand children can become scared and frightened, and if they feel threatened. One child was like, "How do you know about that?" to their mother. And it freaked them out. They were scared something was going to happen to their parents because that's what this app or this thing told them. And they're trying to tell people, no, this is not real. Stop following it. And it claimed it was going to do something horrible to them if they didn't carry out these acts. And I don't think that's how it originally started. I think apparently what they stated was it started out as this thing where when you called the number, paranormal activity would happen and people documented and all kinds of things. It was really freaky, weird, or strange that paranormal activity would take place when they called this number. Of course, likely opening up portals to darkness and evil, but like when people call the number 666, sometimes things happen at 3 a.m. People make videos about that or whatever, but forbidden numbers to call and things like that. They could easily be faked, for sure, though, by the way. I mean, things like that, you've obviously got to look at things in a form of skepticism sometimes, but when I deal with something, I mean, it's real. When I post, when I share, it's legitimate. I'm telling the truth, or I wouldn't even be posting it. But just inform your loved ones about this and your children to not be so easily persuaded about things like this, by things like this. And don't let the dark side persuade you, sway people. Because yes, young people are impressionable, children are impressionable, just like they force sexuality on children. They force children thinking about things at an early age. Like when they make certain that children are supposed to be, they're supposed to be like the mind of a child. And what they do now is, with all of these things that they're pushing with an agenda, forcing children to say, well, you are what you feel at a certain age, and they're like, wait, what are you talking about? And and then they start teaching them about all of this stuff at a young age. And I'm trying to choose my words wisely here, because that's not what the topic of this video was about, but I'm just trying to state that what they do now is ridiculous. And children don't even have time to be children. That started with school, how stressful they created school to be, and made school being so stressful anymore. It made it become so stressful on young people and children. No one has any time to be a child anymore and enjoy their young life and childhood. But the point is, I mean, you can't get away from the social media. You can't get away from well, you can if you just shut it off. You can't get away from all of this mess. But just inform your children and inform your loved ones about this challenge, the Momo challenge, and inform them to not be easily persuaded by these things and to not fall for it. And what all of this has escalated into and become, it's just crazy. Anyway, the people ahead of this should be punished. They should be severely punished for causing these things to happen. Anyway, give your thoughts. Peace. Much love. My PayPal and Patreon links are below. Feel free to donate if you enjoy my content, and if you agree, and if you agree, leave your comments, leave a like. Feel free to subscribe, and help support my channel and help support me. It would help out a lot. Peace, much love, and hope to speak with all of you again very soon. I just wanted to talk about this. Bye.